Hey everyone, GameDevPro here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to integrate the Character Editor 4D, Megapack, with the TopDown Engine in Unity. Whether you're working on a top-down RPG or an action game, being able to use custom characters with a solid movement system is essential for creating immersive gameplay. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know exactly how to get your custom characters moving, attacking, and interacting in your top-down engine game. I'll walk you through everything step by step, and we'll keep things short and to the point so you can get back to building your game. Let's create a new empty Unity 2D project. Now that we know what we're aiming for, let's dive into setting up our assets. First, make sure you've purchased and downloaded both the Character Editor 4D Megapack and the top-down engine from the Unity Asset Store. They very often have discounts, so make sure to check regularly. To import them directly into your project, just head over to the Window menu at the top of Unity. Then select Asset Store, then Open Asset Store in the editor. You can also use the Unity Hub browser or Unity's Package Manager to find the assets you've purchased. Once you're in the Asset Store, locate Character Editor 4D and Top-Down Engine in your purchases list. Just click Download. And once it's ready, click Import. Unity will bring up a window asking what files you'd like to include. Typically, you can leave everything checked and hit Import. It's important to keep your project organized when working with multiple assets, so I recommend setting up dedicated folders for both Character Editor 4D and Top-Down Engine. This will help avoid any confusion as you continue building your game. Once everything's imported, make sure there are no errors in the console. If you do see any, double-check that you're using a compatible version of Unity, or try re-importing the assets. For this tutorial, I'm using Unity Editor version 2022.3.4 F1, which is a long-term supported version. If all looks good, we're ready to jump into customizing your character. Now that we have everything imported and set up, let's quickly create a custom character using the Character Editor 4D Megapack. Instead of building one from scratch, we'll take advantage of the Quick Start scene to speed up the process. First, head to the Character Editor 4D folder and open the Fantasy Heroes scene. This scene gives us a ready-made interface for character creation, which makes it super easy to generate a character without diving deep into individual settings. Once the scene is open, you'll see a variety of customization options, such as facial features, hairstyles, clothing, and accessories. Let's start by adjusting a few basics. I'll tweak the face, change the hairstyle, and select an outfit for my character. The interface allows you to make quick adjustments to fit the look you're going for, so feel free to experiment with different options. Honestly, you can make your character look very epic. When you're happy with the character design, we can generate a prefab directly from the interface. Simply click the Save as Prefab button, and Character Editor 4D will automatically create a prefab of your customized character, ready to be used in your game. Now that we have the prefab, you can find it in your Assets folder, fully prepared for integration with Top-Down Engine. In the next part, we'll dive into connecting this character with the player controller so it can move and interact in your game. With our custom character prefab ready, it's time to integrate it into Top-Down Engine so it can move and interact within the game world. First, navigate to the Top-Down Engine folder and open Demos, then Minimal 2D folder. For this example, I'll use the Minimal Scene 2D scene, which is a simple environment perfect for testing our newly created character. I always prefer to copy the example scenes so I can freely experiment with them without worrying that I may break something. So let's copy and paste into our Scenes folder. Now, let's find the default player character that's currently being used. In the Hierarchy window, expand Manager's Game object, then click on Level Manager. In the Inspector section, look for the Level Manager script and look for Player Prefabs. Click on Minimal Character 2D, and it will navigate you to the assigned prefab. Now let's copy that prefab into a new folder in our Assets. Let's call the new folder Prefabs. Open the folder and paste the Minimal Character 2D prefab into there. Let's rename it to New Playable Character. Open the newly copied prefab, and then look for Minimal Character Model. That is the model we'll replace directly with our newly created 4D character prefab. First, let's organize our folders a bit. Drag and drop the new character prefab from Assets folder into our new Prefabs 1. Then drag and drop the new character into our opened prefab. Right-click on it, go to Prefab, then unpack completely and rename it to New Character Model. Now let's replace the Minimal Character Model with the new one in all the important scripts part of the TopDown Engine. Click on the new playable character, and then from Inspector find Character Script. Expand it, and in there we need to replace the character model with our newly imported 4D character prefab model. Last but not least, change the layer of our new character model to Player and select Yes, Change Children if prompted. We can see that first our character is not properly aligned. Let's copy the positioning from our old Minimal Character Model. Now we can delete the old model. Let's now test the newly updated and modified playable character. We can do that by drag and dropping it into our Level Manager player prefabs. Once everything is in place, hit play to test it out. If you followed these steps correctly, your custom character should now be able to move by using the WASD navigation buttons. What we can observe, though, is that the animations are still not applied to our new 4D character. We'll fix that in the next section. Let's fix first our 4D character orientation and animations. To do that, we will have to modify the character movement and character orientation 2D scripts from the TopDown Engine. First, create a folder called Scripts and Assets. Open both scripts, and let's do a quick evaluation. Just noticed one thing, that our Visual Studio Editor package is too old. Let's update it quickly. Now, after all is updated, we can easily open the Assets C# project directly in Visual Studio Code and check if all features are working. I'll navigate to our character movement CS file, and I'll check if I can preview the parent class. All is working as expected. Now let's jump into action. Directly copy and paste both scripts. Character movement CS and character orientation. 2DCs into our scripts folder. We are doing that to preserve the original scripts untouched. Let's change the namespace. We'll remove the original one and simply add our own called My Project. Import the previous namespace so we can continue using the TopDown Engine classes. We have a small suggestion from VS Code Editor in our CS file. That says the namespace does not match folder structure. Let's try to fix that. Okay, now once all is as our editor suggests, we can continue with fixing our character movement animations. First, create a protected variable of type character4D and call it _character4D. Then assign that variable in the initialization part of our script to the child component from the same type. Next step will be to look at all the places in which the top-down engine is changing the animations, so we can apply our custom character 4D animations. I will try to match the animations as close as possible to the original ones. Let's test it now. Okay, we can see we have some compiling errors. That's because we haven't checked if our newly introduced variable is not null when we try to use it. Let's add a simple if check at all places when we use it. Great, now all compiles as expected, and we can see that our character animation is changing properly. However, I can see that the collision is not working as expected. Let's first fix that before adjusting the directions. Okay, now it's better. It's not ideal, but it's good enough. Now let us adjust the orientation script. In this script, we will follow the same idea as we've done in the previous. We will introduce a protected variable and then we'll initialize it in our initialization function. Keep in mind that is again a top-down script. Immediately after introducing our variable, we can notice that the engine recognizes a problem. Let's fix it by replacing all top-down character class instances with their full name that includes the namespace. Okay, now everything is good. Let us initialize our custom variable. This time, we won't forget to check about the null. After replacing all places, I've noticed that the script is not working properly. After a bit of try and error, I found another place that I need to add our custom code. That's the determine facing direction function. After we've added it there, we're good to proceed. And that's it. We've successfully taken a custom character from Character Editor 4D, integrated it into TopDown Engine, and got everything up and running in Unity. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Feel free to drop any questions in the comments, and I'll do my best to help you out. Thanks for watching, and happy game developing!